All right. So this is something that is actively developing on Reddit, where on the front page of Reddit, there was kind of an interesting post related to Mythic Plus. It's titled Blizzard GM Death Touching Mobs in Plus 23 for their favorite streamer log linked. To preface this, I have no idea if the title was accurate about their favorite streamer, but I did check the VODs and she was in fact not streaming when this run happened. Also, I'm pretty sure that the GM was in the dungeon the entire time, just watching and waiting. So there I was, perusing some Mythic Plus logs while I was at work today and stumbled upon this curious one. A miraculous key, no right to be timed, so far behind, and yet they pull it out of nowhere for the win. Guess my surprise when I couldn't figure out how something died so quickly. And I dug a little bit deeper, and a GM death touched the mob. I waited.
So something that I'm not sure if he's going to mention is I saw a bunch of this. Basically, 4 out of the 5 players weren't logging, right? So that means basically, like, the usual group they go with, one of them wasn't there. But they had 4 out of the 5. They weren't streaming and they weren't logging. Something that other people, I believe, have pointed out is very strange of them because they're usually all like, been like, oh my god, like, let's watch it. Which shows that they fucking knew, right? They obviously knew that this was bad. None of them reported it, obviously. And it's just fucking wild. Like, they knew it was wrong. They didn't stream it, obviously, because people would have called them out and people who have had VODs. On top of that as well, they didn't log it. The only way this is logged is through the other guy. And that's obviously an accident.
All day to post this, hoping that Blizzard would come out in front of it, but here we are, another Mythic Plus season tainted by cheating or incorrect title recipients. Can't say I'm surprised, but this one is a little bit more egregious than forgetting to shut off title at the end of the season. So this one, basically what's being alleged here is that a GM has gone into a dungeon and death touched mobs to allow players to be able to time a 23. And whenever you click on the log, you are redirected to a lingering image in a Nexus Point Zenith 23, a dungeon that was timed with 14 seconds to spare. You scroll down on the lingering image from
right. Well, I've got it up. Let's check. Oh no, not that one. It's this, right? So, like, it's up. This is resources, displays, and then you go through and you're like, oh, okay, yada, 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 like, damage, they're getting it from there, like, all normal stuff. And then you get to insta-kill from Dajosti, or however you say that. Like, and then, area death, test. And, like, obviously if it has test in the name or something like that, kills all enemies within 30 yards, cheater, right? Like, obviously this is something that is like a GM ability or something that like Blizzard devs are going to use because testing is hard. Like, and then you click on it, and then you go through all of that. Like, well, let's see if we can go on to the actual like thing itself. Oh, it doesn't say, but it's just death. It doesn't categorize it as like damage, right? It's just insta death, which is very fucking strange. Right, we'll go back.
Damage taken sources, and there is an ability called Area Death Test that was casted by a member. Whenever you actually go and look at the people in the party, this was an ability that was casted by somebody that was not in the party. This was somebody named Dejio Sai. And you go and click on Area Death Test, or you can actually maybe even look up the ability. It's sourced as ability 265. We can actually pull this up.
Yeah, so what people don't realize, right? We'll let him do it, right? And then I can show you. Right. So first off, I've done this for thumbnails because you need to find the spells, right? So all spells in terms of Wowhead and also on other things as well have a spell ID. And as you can see, spell equals that's the spell ID. Anything at like 1 or 2 or 100 or 265 is very new, right? It's very old. Like, that's in terms of like early classic. Like, in terms of the fact of like they're doing this in beta. Like, these are one of the first spells ever made. And of course, it's for testing. Because, well, I mean, it says class Warlock, right? Because it's probably linked to an icon. But, like, Warlocks don't have this. This isn't like a thing that they just get. And it just shows you that it's old. Nobody fucking uses it, because I bet if you look this up in like 10,000 logs, it would just be this one.
You see it's 265 as well. Kill all enemies within a 30-yard radius. Cheater. You can scroll down to the comments, and it's basically an ability that's been in the game for a very long time. It does seem like it's available as a GM ability. So,
yeah, of course it is.
the premise of this Reddit post is kind of interesting because it's being implied that people are cheating. At first, whenever I first saw this log, I thought that there was a chance that you can go through and actually edit files. You can edit log files, and somebody could potentially uploaded it and then wrote this Reddit post.
Yeah, like it's a meme and sort of
malicious
thing, and you're
reasons.
just trying to get
Then I
publicity
went
for it.
to Raider.io to check to see that the dungeon was actually done in time to correspond the runs, and you can actually see that the timers from this 23 Nexus Point Zenith on Raider.io line up with the 23 Nexus Point Zenith in logs. So everything made sense from that regard. Then I tried to look around a little bit more and noticed that was actually something interesting that happened on Lothraxion as well. So Lothraxion ends up dying around the 2819 marker, and whenever the boss gets incredibly low, 1.4%, the mob is also cast on by Death Touch. And I was like, this is really fucking weird, to the point where I was, again, kind of wondering as to whether or not this was still real or something that was maybe the log got corrupted or something like that.
Mobs.
And you can actually go in and check. I made a GIF here about it. So basically, what ends up happening, let me relive this. There was a GIF, and basically, Lothraxion is at like 0% HP. The ability gets cast on Lothraxion again, like that Death Touch ability that we saw earlier. Then this lingering image. This is lingering image 4 that was cited earlier that we saw, and that lingering image gets pulled, and you can just see. Bang, it gets killed off by the Death Touch as well. It's basically at full HP, and then it just dies, and giving the party count and allowing them to
it's just dead. Like I've done Nexus Point. It's not that easy to kill one of those fuckers. Not that quick.
Wouldn't have been in time. Obviously, again, they're 14 seconds under, so it is quite likely that they would have depleted the key. So I had to go back and actually look to see what happened with the lingering image. And
like 1946, like the timer is 30 minutes.
Consistent, Warrenstone skip. It seemed like the way that the lingering image was there was all fairly kosher with like a standard Warrenstone skip.
Yeah, they just missed it.
I did not like how this Reddit post was written. I think that the assertion that a GM is doing this for their favorite streamer seems a little bit unlikely. We've seen some pretty weird exploits in the past where I remember like World First Gallywix was taken down with help from like a Lua unlocker and GM abilities to where it would one-shot bosses.
Gallywix
I know there's been weird shit with 4 gas powers. But this one's a little bit different because this actually cites a 6th person in the group. But what's being claimed here is that there's a Blizzard GM that's death touching mobs inside of this person's group, which for me, that seems absolutely absurd.
Yeah, because it doesn't fucking happen.
To the streamer in question is actually Yara, Schizophene here. She was, I checked through the Twitch VODs, and she actually was not streaming this, because that was actually one of the first things I went to check.
Oh, shocking. She wasn't streaming at the time.
There was no recorded runs of this. It would have been something that would have been kind of interesting.
Oh, they did wait, go back. They did a Mazzara Caverns 22 after this. I wonder if he was fucking helping them there as well.
Recorded runs of this. It would have been something that would have been kind of interesting. I ended up clicking through to try to see if any of the other runs were streamed by anybody else. It didn't look like Yeezus was streaming this either on his Twitch page.
Yeah, of course they weren't.
So, I clicked through the logs from this guy, and I could not find any other times where this happened.
Yeah, like the thing is, right, you go back, right? Let's have a look at the logs. He logs all of this sort of shit, right? So he's doing like keys there. But then like suddenly when they're doing keys, like these are high keys as well, I'm probably gonna bet. Oh, suddenly he just doesn't log. Like
could not find any other times where this happened, where it's mini guy. It seems like this is the tank. This seems to have not happened to him ever before. Now, so then there's kind of the weird allegations where the GM is death touching mobs for their favorite streamer. Now, there are multiple streamers that are in this group. There's Yeezus. He is 4,300. He's one of the best Devour Demon Hunters in the world. And there's Yara. She plays a DK and an Augmentation Evoker, also a fairly popular streamer on NA. And so the allegations of this being a GM helping out their favorite streamer seemed a little bit suspicious until, of course, somebody found some tweets. So first off, people started looking to try to figure out who was this GM. Is this actually a GM, or is this somebody using a Lua unlocker very similar to what we have seen with the Gallywix kill where that was just people exploiting the game and completely breaking the game and being able to kill that boss. So people started typing in Dejio Sai into Raider.io, and
Right,
and it seems like it couldn't, it didn't populate any results that really were super meaningful. I think that there was like maybe some characters, but it was like nobody could actually figure out whether or not this was
well, yeah, you got
related
some
to this
moon
person or not.
Of course, he's a fucking moon guard, but he also hasn't played. Like, he hasn't played since last expansion. Like, you're looking, it's different fucking guy.
This could actually be just some random person. This doesn't
Yeah,
have to
like, this guy
necessarily
hasn't
be a
played
GM.
either.
This doesn't necessarily have to be a Blizzard employee. That was until a Twitter account came up, which is Dejio DJ. And he is a senior quality analyst who works on Warcraft. And I think he has moved to the Warcraft team and been working here for about 50 days. And interestingly enough, he is also somebody who Yara tweeted at him.
Oh, wait. Go back.
Somebody
go back.
who.
Right, okay. So, this guy's fucking simping. Like, that's the straightforward of this, right? Like, yeah, of course, people are going to try fucking be buddy-buddy with you, definitely if they're streaming and stuff like that. And, like, would see inequality, like, because if they get better, then, like, they might invite you to shit. Like, that's networking, right? But, like, that's fucking weird, bro. If I did that to Ian, he wouldn't fucking message me back.
Yara tweeted at him, who Yara is the augmentation evoker. Yara tweeted at him, "Happy birthday," back all the way in May. So that's where this kind of links together. And this links together in an insane conspiracy theory. And so, okay, so that's all where the connection was made. Then Growl got Yeezus, the demon hunter from this group, into voice and was discussing what actually happened with the run with him. And we're just going to let Yeezus explain what happened in this clip.
Okay, but no, listen. Let me explain it to you.
Okay, say your piece.
We're doing the key, and we killed the last boss, and I'm like, oh my god, we're missing percent. Like, how this route looked fine, and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my god, he probably forgot the Arcanist on pull 1, bro. I have to do this shit again, and then I'm like, I go to my GM friend, I'm like, bro, please, can you do me a solid and just like,
Bro,
look, this thing has 20 mil, bro. Can you please just one shot?
Bro, there ain't no way
For
you
the one time, for the one time.
Bro,
look, I meant no harm from it. If Blizzard wants to revoke that key or revoke my title, whatever they see fit, I don't care. Like, personally, I think it was harmless.
Hello.
I didn't expect him to like do it. In hindsight, he shouldn't have done it. He was just like doing me a solid because I fucking hate.
He was just doing me a solid, guys. Like, just to make this very fucking clear, this guy going on to Growl's stream is very fucking bad, right? Because the problem is people probably, well, people are going to be like, oh, I want to play with this guy, but no one's going to want to play with this guy, because if you associate with this guy, you're basically fucking yourself, because no one's going to believe that you did the key legit. Also, as well, this guy doing this on stream, the fucking Blizzard are looking at this. Blizzard are looking at this. They're going to be fucking watching all of this, and they're going to be listening to this guy being like, yeah, I asked this guy to do me a solid and just do it. This guy's fucking out of Blizzard, right? Like, this is the thing. The streamers are fine because they're going to keep doing whatever they're fucking doing. Playing the game, like, they're going to get their stuff removed, maybe get banned for a week, and then that's kind of it, right? But the guy, the GM, he's lost his job. Like, I don't know why the fuck he did this. If you have that power, just be like, yeah, and then just don't fucking do it. But, like, this guy has seemingly done it, and then one of his homies has decided to just go onto Growl's stream because obviously there's going to be clout involved, and has obviously just been like, yeah, he fucking did it. I just asked him to fucking do it. I don't think there's much trying to hide it on Twitter and stuff. Yeah, well, the thing is like, yes, he was going to lose his job probably fucking anyway. But then he's gone on to stream. He's gone onto Growl stream and just basically been like, yeah, I just didn't want to fucking do it again. So I just, like, fucking asked him and he just did it. Yeah, it was very strange. I watched a lot more of this clip.
I hate resale keys. I'm like, bro, my tank fucking up one pull, I now have to spend
my tank fucked up one pull, so I'd spend
like,
30
I'll
minutes.
do it. I don't care, I'll do it.
This is the information that
Yeah, I mean, like, let's just dissect that very fucking carefully, right? This guy has gone onto a stream because he wants clout, obviously, because obviously when he goes back onto his stream the next day or whenever the fuck he decides to, everyone's going to be in his stream, right? Like, that's going to happen. And they're going to just be like, oh, yeah, it was fucking amazing. What a guy. But then, like, this guy's lost his job because of it. I mean, granted, he deserved to lose his job. If he's fucking doing this, fucking hell, I don't want to as GM. I ask GMs to do things for me all the fucking time. They won't do it for me. But the second, like, I don't know, some fucking girl on Twitter starts commenting on his shit, and then he's homies with the rest of them, suddenly they're willing to do shit. Or, like, the amount of fucking people I have to go through to get them to fix achievements and, like, stuff like that is astonishing. But then, oh, suddenly it's okay for this. Like, come the fuck on.
Have come across so far and just how I understand it. Now, for my thoughts, if this is true and not a setup, this is unfucking believable. First and foremost, this run should get reverted.
Bro, what do you mean this run? Like, fucking ban them. Like, it's a Pandora's box too. This was the first instance it was found because of the logs with public. Yeah, like this is the thing, and I was gonna say this at the end, but we're basically at the end, right? So I'll just like he doesn't really go on. Yeah, like this is the thing: is how many other people also have done this? Now it's probably none, right? And I want to say it's probably none on the sole fact that I think that people are better than that. And this guy is so new. But it's open to the possibility that this has happened more times. And people have been buddy-buddy with GMs, and then suddenly, you know, they needed help, and they said, oh, I need to time this key. Got 4 of their other mates with them, and they blasted through a key and swore to secrecy. It's entirely possible, and they don't have a platform to basically say, like, oh, this happened. Because A, nobody would believe them because there's no logs. And B, as well, maybe they aren't as big as streamers as some of these guys. Like, this is the thing. And, again, it's probably never happened. But you have the doubt there. And like people, I've seen some people comment on this being like, this is what happened to Race to World First guilds. Trust me, they would not be doing this on Race to World First guilds, because if they fucking did, they wouldn't fucking continue. Because if, like, let's say that Liquid got one of their GM buddies, which they probably have a few, to fucking go on in there and kill the boss, they would get fucking caught. But that isn't to say, what if a top 1,000 guilds suddenly turned off all their locks and then did it? Maybe they have a GM buddy. Maybe they are the GM themselves and they don't want to do it. So they swear everyone to secrecy, or they say it's a bug and they kill it. Like, it's entirely possible that happens. They get all the gear and they don't have to do the progress. Like, that can happen. And, I mean, yeah, you can probably pick up on it on logs, but then again, you just don't show the logs. You just say, like, oh, yeah, we did, like, 400 logs, like, 400 polls, and we didn't log any of it, so it just doesn't count. Like, yeah, behind the scenes, we don't know, right? And I saw Preach talk about this. Preach said that, like, they're going to make a logging system. Like, it's only logical, right, that they're going to have to make a logging system for this. Like, you know, they're going to have a bunch of their abilities now on a log system, and it's going to flag every time it's used, and it's going to be, why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? And if there's not good enough reason, you're going to get fucking punished for it. Like, they're not going to remove the ability, because that's just dumb, and they're not going to do that. But, like, they're going to have, everyone's going to have to, like, make sure, like, there's going to be new processes involved, basically being like, you know, I did this ability, this is why, this is when, this is for this ticket or whatever, right? Because in some instances, it probably makes sense to use some of this. Like, let's say, I don't know, there's a serious bug and you can't kill any of the stuff because it is just genuinely bugged. And, like, the GM's like, yeah, all right, whatever, and then does it. But, like, this is the thing, it's going to fuck people more. And also, as well, I kind of bet that they're going to be telling you to monitor your Twitter accounts and stuff like that already more than you do, right? Because, of course, you're not allowed to say horrendous stuff on your Twitter as a game developer in Blizzard and stuff like that, because people are going to fucking find out. But, like, they're going to be like, you need to not interact with anyone now on Twitter, because fucking hell. But it's bad. It's awful.
If this is actually a Blizzard employee, first off, you're gonna get fired for doing shit like this. I cannot like if it's actually
Yeah, you're gonna get fucking sacked. Also, on top of that as well, this is also gonna really hinder other women as well. And I think this is a part of the aspect that people don't talk about because they don't really think about it. Is like maybe this woman didn't ask for them to do that, right? But everyone's going to think that because it's the easiest way. Because it's like, oh, it's a simp and he wants to do this, that, and the other. It's going to hinder people. And quite frankly, she's pushed back people who were pushing keys. There are a lot of good women who push high keys, right? Who aren't trying to fucking get with the GMs to do this sort of stuff. But she definitely they definitely spoke on Discord or Twitter. They definitely talked. They definitely invited each other into different calls. And obviously they're friends with the other friends, and this has happened because they're buddies. And now what happens? Did he imagine that he was going to get something cool out of this? I don't know. Probably not. Hopefully not, because well, he now doesn't have a job. Hopefully he doesn't try to become a streamer, because that might be a bit awkward. But like, it's awful. That's shit. Like, this is the thing. People are going to be like, oh, he was simping. And he probably fucking was, right? But like, she, in some way, has caused this to happen and has made it like fully backfire on women, because other people, like other women who are going to be in this sphere, like maybe they're doing 23s, 22s, they're trying to get to the 1K title, which also as well, this is why it fucking matters, because you wouldn't be caring about like 23s if there wasn't a 1% title. And Mount, you know, she's basically set these women back because some of these people are going to get harassed in stream or going to get harassed in messages, and they're going to get told like, you're only getting this far because you have a GM who's killing them for you and is being more secretive, or if they're not logging, it's going to be, well, there's a reason you didn't log. And like, this is the thing. This is what I don't think any of them realized. And of course, the guy's not going to give a fuck. None of these guys are going to give a fuck, right? Maybe they will if they get banned, but then they're going to start kicking off and being like, why did I get banned for something I didn't do? Like, it's awful. And that's basically the end of the video. We'll just go through some of this stuff. Oh yeah, basically they have basically come out and said like, thank you for whoever flagged this. This is taking appropriate action. Like, the guy's fucking booted out. I don't like, the thing is that people are like, oh, he's gonna get sacked today, right? Which is basically like today for them. And I'll be fucking real with you. I don't think he lived last night. This happened, I don't know, late in the, like, mid-evening, something like that. I was asleep when this went down. Like, I'll be fucking real with you. Like, he's not around anymore. I think his Twitter is blocked as well. I think he hid his Twitter or something like that. I'm going to see if I can find his Twitter. No, I don't think I can. But yeah, like, he's done. He's done now. And, like, that's the awful part of it. What do I think should happen to, like, right, first off, to the guy, like, the GM, he should just lose his job, right? Fucking kick this guy out. He's obviously abusing his powers. Like, either boot him out of his job, because you're going to get fired for this sort of stuff, because it's so bad, plus it publicity. But then, what happens to the other guys, right? What happens to a good summary? Like, what happens to... Get rid of that. If it wants to load. Like, what happens to these guys? What does happen to these guys? Who was the guy who logged it? Who was the guy who logged it? It's the mini. Oh, so the tank probably wasn't a part of it, right? So, like, should he get fucked for what happened to the others? Well, yeah, probably with this run, right? But, like, it's not him. It's not his fault. He didn't deliberately decide it. He also, as well, as you heard from the fucking thing, he got thrown under the bus. He was like, he was a shit tank. Bro's doing a 23. I would not consider him a shit tank. People make mistakes. But, like, what should happen to all these people? They should just... I think they should get banned. I think this is, like, something that they don't talk about, but, like, all the... Like, the people who were complicit are just as guilty as the guy who did it, because they asked for him to do it. And obviously not in a joking way, because they wanted him to do it. ban them. Ban them for 30 days. They shouldn't fucking be playing the game if they're deliberately trying to get exploits done on them. Like, no. That shouldn't happen. You know, does that sound a little bit bad and a little bit wrong? Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, fuck him. They're 4 players who decided that they were above the rules. That because they knew someone who worked in the game, they could easily beat them and, you know, like abuse that power. Fuck them. Ban them. Ban them for 30 days and that be that. I mean, fucking hell, people have been banned for less. Ban them. Fucking get rid of them. But that's basically it. It's this guy. I also saw this as well. This guy got caught for doing this as well. Yeah. So he put this in a Discord. I don't know what Discord he put this in, but he also put this in a Discord. It's just going to get worse from here. But first off, be invisible if you're a GM. I think that's one of the rules. And also second as well, don't tell people this. But, you know, it's bad. Like, oh yeah, they've got a screenshot of this, like Rezel23. I'm gonna guess that her Twitter is down. Let me just double check. Hang on. Yara Bite. Is it Bite as in yeah, okay. Yara Bite. Is her thing taken down? No, it's not. It's fucking open. Hang on. Yeah, it's open. Well, congratulations on scoring on your midterm. Okay, she's showing this, which, I mean, would I do? Well, like, she's like, I think she's feeling bad for herself, but, like, at the same time, yeah, while people shouldn't be attacking her directly, dude, she's a part of it. She is a part of it.